All right, we're ready.
I just heard the little thing. All right, we will call the building board meeting to order. Please take the roll.
Holden,
Here.
Ferdina,
Here.
Bates,
Here.
Lebowitz.
Here.
Any persons desiring to be heard? That would be a big donut. Consideration of the minutes from February 20th.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes from February 20th, 2024.
I'll second that.
All right. Was that Mike and Tom?
Yes.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So isn't this, could you hand me that other thing? I think this one died. It's up there on the
Hey,
floor.
Bill, could you mute yourself? Bill, could you go?
I can't hear anything, and I don't know if that's it or not.
Ben, you should be able to mute him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I muted.
Okay. All right. On our agenda, we have the two sign permits. The first one is for Easy Nails at 12601
I
West
think
Hampton.
with the laptop.
Yes, so this is a sign permit for the new nail supply store that's going in where the former event space is on Hampton Avenue.
Still hear nothing.
What is going on is we are going to have one permanent sign, which is the sign that you'll see at the on the above the 12601 window. It's in white lettering. That is the permanent sign. He's also going to have two temporary signs that are going to go on each side of the building that are the black ones with the gold lettering. We do not have a temporary sign ordinance. We haven't defined what a temporary sign is in the village code, but not an actual ordinance that states, what the regulations of that are. So what I said would be a good to have the signs come to building board, get approved. I gave him a timeline of 2 months to have them up. He said he wanted them up for about 2 months. I said he can have them up for 2 months, but if it goes a day over that, he's going to have to pay us the fees for those signs being up. So I just wanted to get approval preemptively for those temporary signs in addition to the permanent sign, with the understanding that if that goes beyond the 2 months, a fee for having those signs up there. We'll consider those to be permanent signs at that time. And this kind of just avoids us having to go back to building board with this in the future, since we'll already have the signs approved. They'll just have to then fill out, just basically pay us a new fee for those temporary signs.
I never even heard of a temporary sign before. Has that ever even come up? Do you guys recall ever hearing about that or talking about that?
No.
Yeah, we don't get them too often. They're usually for promotional things, where they hang them outside saying, now open, grand opening. But it's only going to be up for a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I wanted to define a little bit more going into later this year.
Mike, I need this.
Where we can take a look at that at the village board level and trying to.
And we have nothing in our code right now addressing temporary
just defined
signs?
what a temporary sign is, but there's nothing stating, establishing any type of regulation on the temporary.
Okay. All right. Are you guys okay with 2 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to be careful that we don't end up with a few of these things that we're trying to juggle to see if they're legit or not. I mean, we don't want to get in a temporary sign business, basically.
Should we shorten it up to 1
I'm
month?
okay with it in this case, I guess.
You're gonna mute that, so we're.
We can shorten it up.
Can Bill hear us at all? Can Bill hear us at all? Bill, you're talking over us,
Default internal mic.
I don't think
fiddling with their.
Jesus.
And you can't mute him, Ben?
I can. He keeps on unmuting.
Right, he keeps trying to get in.
There's muted now. Okay.
Yeah, he might have to come back out and go out and come back in, or there's something on his side because we can hear him and we can, whatever. But I don't know. There might be something on his computer. But yeah, we can shorten it up to a month if you would like.
I guess that would be, looking ahead to if it would establish some sort of a trend and if it would become something negative like what Mike is referencing, that the next person in line couldn't say, well, you gave them 2 months,
Right.
but you're only gonna give me 1 month, something like that.
I'm guessing this is because it's gonna take 2 months for his permanent sign to be made.
No, so they're all gonna be the order's gonna be put in all at once. He just wanted to have more attraction at the very beginning of the business. And then he would take those down. He said the material is, would probably only last about 2 months before he would need to take it down. So I was very, very strict with him, saying that once he puts that up, he has 2 months for the signs to be up. But like I said, this is up to you guys. If you guys don't want that to happen, we can tell him sorry. I don't believe he has placed the order yet for those signs.
And where are those signs? Where's he gonna post them?
On the two sides of the building, one on Hampton and one at 126.
Okay,
And the main sign's gonna be sort of like on the corner.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Thoughts, guys? Do we feel
Again,
more
I'd like to stick with our ordinances.
Okay.
We gotta be careful. You start making exceptions for one, another one's gonna come along every time.
Right, but I think to Ben's point, the ordinance doesn't specify any length that a temporary sign can be up. Correct, Ben?
It defines it as 28 days, technically in the ordinance. So we would probably want to shorten that up to 28 days if we wanted to go with it. But
Yeah.
I'm siding with Mike a little bit here, where I think that we stick with what we have right now defined, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
yeah,
And that's not part of the agenda item. None of that is referenced in the agenda item, so that'll just have to be on you to clarify that with that person then.
I can do that.
Okay, so as far as the regular sign that the agenda item is for, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion for the sign permit application for Easy Nails at 12601 West Hampton.
I'll second.
Tom and Reed, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then we're agreed then,
This is
So,
for the permanent sign?
Correct.
that's for the permanent.
Yes.
Permanent, okay.
And then Ben will revisit it with the owner and just tell him that the ordinance is for 28 days and that the building board was better with the 28 days. Put it on us if you want to.
Sounds good. I will do that.
All right, then the second item is the sign permit for Total Industrial Air at 12855 West Silver Spring Drive, which I see is already up there.
Yes, it is already on the building. They were not aware that they needed to, they thought that to get a sign permit that meant replacing the actual hanging equipment, not the actual paneling. And I said, well, no, our ordinances say that even if you're switching out the paneling, if you're making any type of alterations to the sign, taking one down, bringing one up, you need to have a permit. So it's not just the backing of the sign, it's the actual sign itself. So they did proceed to fill out that permit, and it is in the packet for you to view.
All right, well, I will make a motion to approve the exterior sign for Total Industrial Air at 12855 West Silver Spring Drive.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Tom and Reed, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye at 5:55.